Let me. Okay, so as I mentioned a few minutes ago, some people are still joining us. So welcome once again to Transfer 101 session. Today we're gonna be discussing different information during the session, but those of you who joined, we started with the question, what will be your major, of course, but during the session we will come back to this question one more time. So first of all, let me ask you a question. How many of you already met with your assigned advisor? Because most likely some of you are returning students, some of you could be also a new student. So you can send the reaction, you can unmute yourself and then let us know if you already saw your advisor. So Mohammed, you raise your hand so that I'm assuming it's either a yes that you met with your advisor or you have a question.
Yeah, I met with my advisor.
Okay, so thank you for sharing. If there are any questions, of course, Marisa, if she can also answer some questions in the chat, so you can put questions there. And those of you who are planning to meet with your assigned advisor, make sure that you do that, because now it's the perfect time to schedule the appointment and see your assigned advisor, because appointments are available for 1 hour. So during the appointment, you guys can offer a lot of good information, important information before you transfer, but also you can plan your classes for the future semesters. So those of you who are planning to schedule an appointment, you can go to a system which is called Navigate, and you will be able to schedule the appointment for next week or the following week. So definitely do that before we start the registration for the spring semester. So those of you who already met with your assigned advisor, most likely you guys already created educational and transfer plan. Those of you who are still planning to meet with your advisor, you can ask for the educational and transfer plan. This is just a very simple plan for students who will be taking, for example, full-time enrollment every semester. So as you guys see, it will take 2 years to finish associate degree because associate in science or general study or associate in arts, it is a 60 credit program. And of course, every educational plan will be different based on your transfer destination, based on your major. Those of you who shared with us your majors, we have finance major, media studies, communication, computer science. So of course, some of the courses will be similar, but some of the courses will be way different, again, based on your major and also based on your transfer destination. So those of you who might be still considering, okay, I don't know what is my major, I don't know what plan I want to pursue, in the student portal, under quick access, you guys have access to career assessment, which is called Vita Navis, super strong career assessment. So when you complete the assessment, the system will be able to provide information as far when it comes to the career that you might be good at, the salaries, what is the education needed for your program. We will also show Occupational Outlook Handbook later on. So you also will be able to look at different majors and occupations, and I will share what you need to look at when you are searching for those programs. So Occupational Outlook Handbook, again, it is a great website that you can also check what is the percentage of people, let's say, needed under this specific area. You can look under specific areas. You can look for certain occupation, and also you will be able to see what is the salary range, what kind of degree you need, and again, what is the growth of the specific area. Of course, you want to choose something that is growing, not declining, because that will be also later on, you will be able to find an employment. You can also apply for different scholarships, voluntary experience, anything that will be useful for you to gain experience, but also use your knowledge that you are learning in the classroom. Any questions so far? Okay, so the next page, which is also very useful for students who are looking for transfer destinations, will be a college board. So you have the website here. I will also show you how you can look for different universities using College Board, because you can look for the schools based on the major, location, how far it is from you, and you will also be able to obtain a lot of information about the specific transfer destination. If you want to scan the QR code, this is directly the website that after you scan it, it will take you directly to the website. So you can absolutely do that. If not, keep in mind collegeboard.org is available for students, and you can check different information on their website as well. So of course, when it comes to transfer, that's why the appointment with your assigned advisor will play a very important role, because you can review the transfer guides for your potential transfer destination. And you can plan, of course, classes which you still need for the completion and for transfer. Also, it is important to understand what is the GPA requirement for the universities, but also towards specific program, because admission to the university in some cases will not guarantee you admission to the specific program if we are talking about programs which are based on admission. So a lot of medical programs are based on specific admission requirements. So you can get into the school, but it doesn't mean that you are able to start a program if you are not admitted to the program. So again, meeting with your advisor and discussing your options is very important, so you are aware about all the requirements needed for specific universities. So now Marisa will talk about transferology.
Thank you, Margarita. The first question I would like to ask the students is, who has heard of transferology, and have you set up your account already? You can put it in the chat. You can do a reaction. Have you heard of transferology? I got a yes. Okay. Okay, I have not. Awesome. Okay, well, transferology is a great tool. You have access to this through your student portal. And what it allows you to do is to see how your classes are going to be transferred over to a specific university. Transferology is also an account that UIC puts all their information and programs, and a lot of students want to know how to transfer over to a specific program at UIC. Well, they'll need access to transferology. There's over 1,000 universities that use the system. You can actually scan on the QR code. It'll take you directly to transferology. And we encourage students to set up the account with the same credentials as your student portal. We will navigate transferology. We will show you closer to the end of this presentation on how to use transferology for your transfer questions. All right, So our partnerships, we have great partnerships, multiple partnerships. We have UIC, the Guaranteed Admissions, it's called Guaranteed Admissions Transfer. It's called a GAP program. We have partnerships with DePaul as a DAP program, Illinois Tech for some of those that are thinking computer science. We have UIUC engineering program, Pathways to Illinois program at Urbana. So the partnerships, you can definitely talk those partnerships with your assigned advisor, and we'll be more than happy to go over them and what requirements you need. Now, when we're talking about transfer, I know some students say, I only want to go to one school, but we definitely encourage you to apply to multiple schools, depending on which institutions you apply to. They love Wright College students, so they'll give you more money. And these are some of our schools, Columbia, Northeastern. I know some students want to go to Northeastern, Loyola, Dominican, and the list goes on and on and on. Even if you're not thinking of an Illinois school and you want to go to an out-of-state school, you can work with Director Susan and your college advisor, and we'll get you to your dream school. For example, we've had students attend Yale, we've had students attend Cornell, so keep that in mind, okay? And letters of recommendation. This is very important. Communicate and build a rapport with your professors who you want a letter of recommendation from. Please give your professors at least a 2-week notice. Look at deadlines for when the applications are due. If the deadline's coming up, let's say October 15, you should be requesting those letters of recommendation now. One key advice I give students is if you're going to be in the science major, make sure you get a letter of recommendations from maybe your chemistry or your biology professor. You can also get a letter of recommendation from your assigned advisor, as long as you've had a relationship with them throughout the years that you've been here. And do not wait to the last minute. If the deadline is tomorrow and you're asking for a letter of recommendation, that might not be such a good idea. So plan ahead of time, start looking at what professors you are going to ask for that letter of recommendation. It's never too early. Scholarships. Raise a hands or in the chat, who likes money, free money? Well, scholarships will help you with that. All right, we got yeses, perfect. So scholarships, one of the ways you can get a scholarship is if you have a GPA of 3.5 here at Wright, and you can be able to join Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. You need a 3.5 GPA. Once you reach that GPA, you will get an invitation to attend their session and learn more about the Honor Society. It is the Honor Society for community colleges throughout the country. And another good thing about being in PTK, for those partnership schools, they tend to give you a little bit more money depending on the school, just because you're part of PTK. Again, whether that's $500 or $5,000. It's an encouragement to be part of PTK when you're transferring to the 4-year. And transfer events. This is one of the transfer events, right? But we have multiple transfer events. We have transfer fairs where you can talk to the potential transfer school. We have table visits. Now they're virtual, right? But we'll have that given institution at a given time virtually so that you can ask all the questions from the comfort of your home or whether you're on campus, okay? So you can connect through our transfer events, through our website, or through your Brightspace. You'll have transfer events, and they also get emailed communications to you. All right. Do we have any questions before we get into the interactive part of our session? Okay.
I have a question.
Yes, Mohammed, what is your question?
Well, why do we need a recommendation letter? So I am a freshman, so.
You're going to need them for when you're transferring to a four-year institution. So you don't need them right now, Mohammed.
Oh, okay.
But when you become a sophomore and you start thinking, okay, I want to go to UIC or U of I, then you're going to need at least one or two letters of recommendations for that incoming institution. And they want to see if you've done extra activities on campus. They want to determine what kind of student, and the letter of recommendation helps them with that.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And I did have a question in the chat. How do we apply for PTK or for the scholarships? For PTK, you'll get invited once you have the 3.5 GPA. For the other scholarships, we can talk with your advisor. We have scholarships through our financial aid, and then we have third-party scholarships that we can provide the link for. Susan, would you like to add anything before we go into transferology?
Yes, so the scholarships that are available through being a member of PTK, those are generally speaking, those are automatic scholarships that you may be eligible for if you join PTK once you transfer to the four-year college or university. And like Advisor Marissa mentioned, they could be, you know, a smaller amount, like say 500, or they could be up to $5,000. It depends on the university. Not all universities offer a PTK scholarship, but and some may require you to apply for them. Like there's a PTK scholarship at UIC that amounts to a 1 semester tuition waiver, but you have to apply for it, and they expect you to be an active member of PTK and engaged in the activities of as a PTK member. So it just depends on the institution in terms of that. And then there are many scholarships offered by the four-year universities because they're partners with city colleges, because they have certain scholarships set aside for transfer students. And so you always want to look first at the university and what kind of scholarships they offer to transfer students. And then there are the external or the third-party scholarships that Marissa mentioned. Those are on the list that, you know, we provided you with the link to the scholarship list. You have a lot of different scholarships that you can apply for on that list. And always be checking your email as well, because advisors will regularly reach out to you with communication about these special scholarship opportunities like Jack Can Cook and PepsiCo. Right, that we have a lot of winners of these scholarships among Wright College students, and we want to make sure that you'll have opportunity to apply for those as well. So always be on the lookout for those scholarships as well, and talk to your advisor about how you can apply for those scholarships.
And there was also a question if there is a fee to join Honor Society PTK. So there is a one-time fee, either $90 or $95 that you will pay. So it's one in your lifetime, you will pay one fee, and you will be a member for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm. And that's an investment, definitely. It's not a small amount, but it can translate to possibly thousands of dollars in scholarship money at the university and that you plan to transfer to. So think about that as a wise investment and opportunity to participate in a really great organization, and something you can add to your resume, to your applications, right, as you go to apply, because it's really an honor to be invited to join Phi Theta Kappa.
So the fee is for membership, because that was a question, what is the fee for? So it's for the membership. This is the fee goes to PTK Society. It does not go to Wright College location. So there is a fee if you, let's say, a member of any other groups. You are a member of, let's use Sam's Club or Costco, you pay a yearly fee. But in Honor Society, again, you only pay a fee, one fee for your lifetime. So as Director Susan mentioned, it will be attached in a lot of cases to a bigger amount of money that you can receive, sometimes even on the yearly basis from PTK also as a transfer student. So I think it's a really great investment in your education because again, you will be receiving more money in the future if you are eligible. So Director Susan, if you're ready, can you show students the Transferology platform?
Yes, I will do that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so this is Transferology, the login page, and as was mentioned earlier, you can get to this site. It's transferology.com. You can also get there through your student portal. Under the quick access tile, you have a tab that says Transferology that you can just directly log in there. And once you log in, you need to use your email address. We suggest using your city college's email address, but you can use any email address to set up your account. You just have to set it up. You go here to create one if you don't already have an account. And then log in. Whoops. Okay. That did not work. Sorry about that. Try one more time. All right. I had just logged in a little while ago and it worked fine. So now let's see what happened here. Okay. There we go. All right. Okay. So this is the Transferology homepage, and this is how you can determine whether your courses will transfer to a particular college or university. And the first thing that you need to do is load your courses in. And you'll notice on the right side here, I have some courses listed. These are courses that I, as a student, I'm indicating that I took as a Wright College student. Now, the way that you can, as City Colleges students, load your courses in is you go here to, under the left side menu, City Colleges, type in City Colleges of Chicago, Wright College, if Wright is your home campus, and you don't have to worry about the semester or the department. All you have to do is go to import your courses. You're going to click on this. It says you're about to leave Transferology, and you say, yes, I want to leave Transferology. And it's going to ask you to input your CCC username and password. Once you input that, it's going to say, yes, your courses have been loaded, because it automatically loads all of your coursework from City Colleges into Transferology. And that's the really nice part, is you don't have to do this manually, one course at a time. You can just do this, and you can update it every semester, depending on the courses that you're taking. It'll upload your new coursework. So once you've done that, and you go back to Transferology, you'll refresh the page, and you'll see all of your courses loaded here, including your current courses you're taking this semester. And then after that, your next step is you want to search for matches. So you want to see, how are these courses going to transfer to the universities? And you can do this. Basically, I have it set up so that it's going to identify schools in Illinois first. Okay, but you can do this in any state or across the country. But it's going to narrow it down for me, right, to Illinois. And you'll see that it shows me that I have 100% match. In other words, these courses 100% transferable to the schools that are listed here. And as you scroll down, you'll continue to see, right, 100% match. So that's really great. And if I'm thinking about, I want to go to University of Illinois at Chicago, Okay, that's my, my school that I'm considering first of all, right? Let's see. Sometimes you have to spell it exactly the way it's spelled. It won't recognize UIC. It won't recognize the abbreviations necessarily, right? So you got to spell it out. University of Illinois. Okay, so there we go. So I see I have 100% match. So then it shows me my English 102 is going to transfer as English 161. My microbiology will transfer as a natural world lecture lab course. So it's going to fulfill that requirement. And my general psychology will transfer as psychology 100. That's really great. Okay, if there were any misses or things that maybe might transfer, those would show up here and it would tell you why they don't transfer or if they're not transferable. So that's good to know as well. But I want to be more specific. Okay, it's great to know they transfer, but how? So I'm going to apply these courses to a program. I want to major in, let's see. I want to major in, let's say, psychology. Okay, so I'm going to choose psychology and I'm going to check this box here that says, see how your courses might apply to this program. I'm going to say yes, because I want to view how these courses that I'm taking at Wright College will transfer into this particular program. So, okay, I'm going to say next. I'm going to check this little box that says, I understand this is just a speculative report. And it's going to show me about how my courses will transfer, right? The actual degree transfer evaluation will be done when I submit my transcripts, but this is just giving me an idea how they will transfer. And keep in mind, UIC uses this tool as well, so that they know how your courses are going to come in if you decide you're going to transfer to UIC. So now it says success. My program has been created. So I'm going to go here under programs. And you'll see it's spinning because it's creating this program for me. And I'm going to refresh it. It usually is pretty quick, just takes like 30 seconds or so to process it. But once this is done, it is going to show me the degree, the entire degree program for the psychology major at UIC. And you can do this for any of the majors at UIC. So then it's ready. I'm going to click on that. And now, as I scroll down, it tells me general requirements for this major in terms of the GPA, 2.5 minimum on 24 semester hours at the time I apply. And of course, they want me to have English composition 1 and 2, quantitative reasoning, analyzing the natural world, right, as a minimum. Now, as I scroll down, it's going to show me in red, if this looks like red to you, it's actually in red. This is a requirement I still need to meet. Hey, it looks like I did English 102, but I still need English 101. And what it's showing me is anything that's here in these brackets in green, that is a Wright College, City College's course number that I can choose to fulfill this requirement. So it's actually listing for me all of the courses that I need to take or, consider to take so that I can have everything I need when I go to UIC in terms of my general education, my prerequisites for the psychology major. You'll see there's a foreign language requirement. It's telling me I need 2 years at the college level of foreign language, and these are the courses I could select from at Wright College. And as you scroll down, you'll see quantitative reasoning. I need a math course, right? So I can select any of these courses listed in green. And then it'll continue down, general education requirements. Now here, you'll see this area is grayed out, right? Because I have completed one of these courses, Microbiology 233, but it looks like I just have one, so I need one more course. So this is a really great tool. It's going to show you exactly how your courses will transfer, which requirements they fulfill in UIC's psychology program or whatever program you're intending to apply to. and what you still need to complete. And of course, we encourage you, complete as many of those courses, those prerequisites as needed, right? So you can transfer the maximum number of courses up to 60 credits to UIC. And ideally, if you can complete that associate degree and get all of these prerequisites, these transfer requirements met within that degree, that's the best case scenario. So please work closely with your advisor to make sure you have that education transfer plan that Advisor Malgozada was talking about earlier, and that everything's just really coming together very comprehensively, right, to meet your degree requirements at Wright College and your transfer requirements at the university. And if you're not looking at UIC, again, you can use Transferology to look at other schools. You may be considering like DePaul University or U of I Urbana-Champaign. It's a really useful tool. And you can, again, sit down with your advisor and go over this and how to use it. But I hope that this is helpful for you to get an idea of how this program works. So please go ahead and create an account on your own and start using this tool, and then meet with your advisor to go over your questions about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Susan, for showing students how to do that. One suggestion, make sure that if you guys creating the Transferology account, use your student email, because you will be able to upload all the classes automatically. If you will be using different email, then technically you will have to put all the classes manually in the system. After you upload the courses, make sure that you refresh the page so they will show on the right side, so you will be able to see all the courses. So now we still have a few more minutes left. I will show you the Occupational Outlook Handbook, the page that I was talking about a few minutes ago. So let me share my screen. Okay, so I hope you are able to see this. So this is the Occupational Outlook Handbook. And again, you can filter by the occupational groups. So for example, we had students who are interested in computer science, so computer and information technology. Okay, so let's look at that. So from the left side, you will see the occupation, for example. You will see also the information about job summary, but also what kind of entry-level education you need to, for example, work as a computer programmer, and what will be the medium, let's say, pay. So when you click on the specific occupation, you will see the information, but also, as you see here, the job outlook for the next 10 years, it says minus 10%, okay? So my suggestion will be, of course, looking into this as well, if this is the field that you wanna go into as a programmer, because the computer field is growing anyway. So you also are able to see other information about the work environment, how to become one. And there are also information linked to other websites. So this is something that, again, you can look into it. When you click on specific tab on the top, you also have a little bigger explanation as far when it comes to this specific field. And the other page that I would like to show you was the College Board. So when you are searching for schools, you can go to collegeboard.org, for example, and you will see college search. So as I mentioned earlier, you will be able to search by location, major, type of the institution, campus life. So for example, if we're gonna put major as computer science, hold on, because it's let's try this again. Okay, let's do accounting and computer science. Hold on, why I can, hold on 1 second, there we go. Okay, now I can press, so as you see, and then if you wanna add any other options, like let's say location, so Wright College is located in zip code of 60634. So we can look also a distance from this location. So let's say 50 miles. Okay, we didn't find any information in 50 miles. Okay, that's interesting. But if you just clear and you still want to add other location, that's fine. But this is directly for accounting and computer science. So you will be able to see out of state locations as well. Or possibly maybe there will be something within the state of Illinois, but make sure that again, yes, so there is one college, Rock Valley College, that will have this specific combination of this specific major. But if we will go to other, let's see, major, somebody mentioned finance general, let's see, continue. 60634. Let's do 20 miles range. So you have Northwestern, you have DePaul, Loyola University, Elmhurst University, IIT, and other schools as well. So for example, if you click on DePaul University, you also will be able to see other information about the school, what is the even graduation rate, how long it takes for them to finish, what's the average of financial aid package. So you will be able to see additional information there as well. Any questions on the stuff that we presented to you guys?
We got a so far so good in the chat. I also wanted to make you aware we have a transfer fair, and I did add it on there on a PDF. It is for October 6th. So if you're interested in speaking to schools now, like I said earlier, it's never too soon. You can look into that event. Again, anyone else have any additional questions? We will be sending a survey out as well, just as a reminder. We want to make sure that this is informative, and if we can make it better in any way, let us know. We'll be sending out that survey out to you in the next few days.
Director Susan, would you like to add anything else before we close?
Again, I just want to emphasize, as we've been discussing, please make sure to follow up with your assigned advisor to develop your own personal education transfer plan, right? That's going to incorporate all of those courses that you need to transfer to the college and university that you would like to transfer to, your dream school. We want to help you achieve that goal, and we're here to support you with that. And we really appreciate your coming tonight to attend this session, to learn about this information. And I think our Associate Dean Maria has raised her hand. She has a question or a comment. Let's hear from Associate Dean Maria.
Thank you, Director Susan. I have two things to say. First and foremost, thank you to the transfer team, to your leadership, advisors Malgorzata and Advisor Marissa. I have been listening intermittently as I manage and serve in other ways here. So thank you so much. I know that what I listened to was extremely rich and helpful. And I want to commend all of you for coming to the session. Claire, Wendy, Michael, Sarah, Austin, Mohammed, Norberto, Eleanor, Ayat, Victoria, Wendy, and Claire. I see you and I am just elated that you made time this evening. You could have been anywhere doing God knows what, but you chose to come to the transfer session. That speaks volumes about your seriousness about preparing to do well, not only at Wright, but have this as your springboard to transfer to your dream transfer destination, as our advisors like to speak and refer to. So I just want to see, using your reaction and of course the chat functionality, what would you say, how would you rate the session this evening? And are you willing to share this good news with other classmates, whether it's in person or virtually? I know you're learning in different modalities because you felt that the session was so beneficial. So use your reactions, use your chat. Let me hear from you this evening before the session formally ends. Claire, you're giving me a thumbs up. What does that really mean? You can unmute yourself. Okay.
Well, some of the people that I graduated high school with are also at the same community college as me. We're all at Wright. Some of them have already been graduated. Some of them are at the same grade as me, and some of them are below me. So I think it would be helpful if I spread the information to them because, like you guys were saying earlier, it's never too early to start preparing for this sort of thing.
Thank you for that feedback. And Michael, you give the transfer team, advising and transfer team, that is, a 10 out of 10. Why would you rate them so highly?
Because
perfect?
the information session was very helpful. I know what I have to do now. Go to quick access transferology, look at what credits I have that can be transferred to where I want to go. I've already determined that I want to go to at least one of the two schools, DePaul or Northeastern. And yeah, anyone who's having trouble with deciding where they want to go, this would be the place to go. This next to talking with their advisor one-on-one. Another reason I was going to say, another reason that I like community colleges better than four-year universities is because not only is the tuition cheaper, but you get introduced to these kinds of things like this in internships right away.
That's music to my ears, Michael. I love your reflection. These opportunities are quite unique and transformative. We were working earlier today on promoting the legal opportunity. UIC College of Law is going to be giving you all students an opportunity to be a law student while at Wright College. Yeah, I know it's mind-boggling. That's coming your way very soon. If you're thinking law, pre-law, law enforcement, you'll have the opportunity to apply. Look out for that session. And I was reflecting on the quote from the student who participated in that session 2 years ago, Diana Garzon, just graduated from Wright. She's now at Yale University. And she made that comment, like what you just said, Michael. How is it possible, right, that being at a community college, and I would say affordable and accessible, not cheap by any ways, because your experience here at Wright really is, I would say, top notch. Faculty members here care deeply. I've served at Wright for over 25 years. And I look at the credentials of our faculty. These folks come from the best colleges and universities, and they just have a passion for teaching. That's all they care about, teaching. So I love that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your feedback, and I like my team members to hear straight from you. I know you'll give an assessment and evaluation later, but I always think that when I go to a restaurant and I love the meal, I like to let the chef know if I can, and the person that this was a great experience. So I want to encourage our team, right? We're all navigating very difficult and challenging times through this pandemic. So this is so refreshing that you guys, all of you students, I'm sorry, have come to the transfer session this evening. I can't thank our team members enough. So grab those things. I just got a message here. Yes, I love the reflection that came through the chat, that these opportunities are before you and now you just need to work hard and grab them. Love that. I love that reflection. It's my style. Don't miss opportunities. Don't let them go by and then think about it. I was working with our student ambassador. She works here, and she said, I'm not quite sure about my major. So I pulled a flyer in front of our office and I said, what about the HACU internship? And she's like, I said, yeah, you're right here in the office. You have first bid to all of these opportunities. So that's another thing I'm sharing there. I think I overheard that in the comments as I came in and out of the office. Internships, opportunities like being a law student at UIC Law School, researching with Princeton, you name it. Really, as students at Wright College, you have nothing to envy Loyola DePaul UIC. On the contrary, I think that you are actually in an advantageous position because of how you can connect and be mentored and guided by advisors and faculty members. So anyway, as you could tell, I can be with you forever. And I don't want my team members to get mad at me. I know it's the end of the day. So thank you again for your participation. We value and appreciate you. Nothing matters more to me, and this is personal, than your success at Wright. So stay in touch virtually or in person. You know that we're here to serve you exceptionally well. So thank you and have a good evening. Thank you, advisors Malgorzata, Marisa, and Director Susan. Appreciate you tremendously. Have a good evening.
Thank you
Have a
very
good
much.
evening.
Thank
Have a good
you.
evening.
Thanks, you guys.
You're welcome.
Have
Thank
a
you for
good one.
joining us.